morning, all of you.
Right.
Those who are attending online, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So how many of you have gone through geography syllabus, optional syllabus? Any non-Malayalis here who don't understand Malayalam? You don't understand Malayalam? Okay, fine, right. So how many of you have gone through geography optional syllabus? All right, okay. Okay, my first question is, how many of you like hate the subject? You don't like geography, at least in your school or like any geography degree or PG? Okay, you have done degree from where? Karyotam, okay, right. Degree, PG from where? Okay, Hyderabad Central University. Okay. How many of you hate this subject? You all love the subject, so that's the reason you have actually taken geography as an optional. Right, okay. So if you see the syllabus of optional, like any other optional subject, this subject has got two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is all about the world, okay, and paper 2 is completely into India. And if I look at geography as a subject, you have like two important domains in geography. One is the physical geography and other is the human geography. So paper 1 we'll actually talk about the physical geography of world and human geography of world, and paper 2 physical and human geography with respect to India. So what I'm trying to say is, paper 1, it is basically you're actually studying about the theory, the core areas in geography, the phenomenon, the principles, the theories, everything you'll be actually studying in paper 1. Paper 2 is basically the application of these theories on the map of India. Understanding it? It's just the application of what the theories you are studying in paper 1 into map of India. That is actually paper 2. So paper 2 is more into an application part. For example, in paper 1 you have a module called climatology. It's a very important module for GS also. So this particular module, like climatology, you'll be actually studying about the theories related to monsoon. You all heard about monsoon. We have monsoonal climate. We'll be actually experiencing like what, southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon in our country. So you'll study all the theories regarding monsoon in paper 1. You apply this theory into map of India, you will get Indian monsoon. Understanding it? You will study about mountain building, you will study about earthquake, you will study about flood, drought, volcanism, all the process, geologic, geomorphic process in paper 1. The theory, you apply in the map of India, you will actually talk about what? Indian mountains, Himalayas. Understanding it? So it is basically paper 2 is just the application. So paper 1 you should have a strong, it's actually help you to build the foundation in geography. That is paper 1. So paper 1, you have physical geography as well as human geography. Physical geography, you have different modules like geomorphology, oceanography, climatology, environment and biogeography. Okay, first tell me what is actually geography? What is geography?
From the orientation class, study of Earth as the home to man.
Sorry?
No, from the orientation class, the study of Earth as home to man.
Clear ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? Study of Earth to? വോയിസ് ക്ലിയർ ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? Okay, fine, okay, right. So study of Earth, okay. Then any other answer? See, NCERT says geography is what? Study of earth, description of earth. Okay. But you know that today we are actually talking about geography of moon, geography of Mars. So what I'm trying to say is the description of earth is what NCERT say, but this definition of geography, study of description of earth, it's a 1,000-year-old definition which has been given by a Greek scholar, Eratosthenes. He has given the definition geography as the description of earth. That is what NCERT says. But in today's world, we are actually talking about the geography of Mars, geography of moon. So that means now this subject is actually what? Every subject is actually evolving. So now everything is actually changing. The subject is in the evolving stage into new domains. Understanding it? So previously geography and today's geography, you have to understand the evolution of this particular subject. And this subject, the content matter of this subject still actually what? Changing. So this subject has actually evolved from far behind. A Greek scholar has given the definition 1,000 years ago. This subject has actually evolved, expanded, and now it is actually getting expanded into various branches. Understanding it? So what I'm trying to say is, geography is, if I talk about geography, you take it as a description of earth, that is not an issue. Okay, still that definition is still valid to like large extent, but you have like more new areas has been added to this particular subject. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is, if I talk about geography, when you think about geography, what comes in your mind? The first thing that comes in your mind is memorizing map and the capitals of various cities, right? Locations, mountains. But that is not geography is all about. It is actually much more in the sense, geography is the study of humans. Geography is the study of humans and people through space and time. Understanding it? Geography is the study of humans and people through space and throughout time. Two terms are important here. One is space and other is time. So that means how these space or location have shaped our history. Understanding it? Now, if I talk about the study of space or locations, I can definitely say that geography is study of places, no doubt. At the same time, it is also very important to understand geography is also the study of the relationship between people and their environment. Getting it? So that means, if I talk about a particular location, particular space, over this particular space, this location is actually what? This location is actually evolving or changing over the period of time. For example, man started occupying that particular location. Once man started occupying that particular location, what happens? Man started various agricultural activities over there. Man started exploring or extracting mineral energy, various resources from there. Man started having their settlement over there. So there is always an interaction between man and the environment. Understanding it? Always an interaction between man and the environment. So geography is study of location, no doubt. At the same time, it is also important to understand that geography is also the study of the relationship between man and environment. Understanding it? So what I am trying to say is, geography is much more than just studying maps and knowledge of country's capital. Knowledge of country's capital is not required for civil service examination. Understanding it? So I'm actually changing my definition of geography. Geography is the study of location, or I'm actually using the term physical landscape and cultural landscape. What is physical landscape? Land, locations. What is cultural landscape? What do you mean by cultural landscape? Cultural landscape means over the physical landscape, you have an agent called man. Understanding it? Man started acting over this physical landscape. Then that landscape become cultural landscape. Understanding it? So these are actually the terms you will actually encounter once you actually start studying in detail regarding geography. Understanding it? So if somebody asks you geography is all about connections of humans. With what? With spaces, places, locations, etc. Understanding it? With spaces, with places. That means I'm talking about the physical properties of earth, such as mountains, water bodies, etc. Understanding it? So it is basically geography seeks to understand how physical landscape shape human history. This is what geography is all about. Geography is not just studying of maps, or geography is not just studying of places or locations, etc. It is much more than that. That is the reason geography is called mother of all science. Geography is called mother of all science. See, if you have, you can actually see, geography has got overlapping with, the content has got overlapping with economics, sociology, biology, physics, astronomy. Understanding it? Geography and economics, we call it as economic geography. Geography and sociology, we call it as social geography. In very simple terms, I'm trying, this is the first class. I'm just giving you an introduction. Understanding it? So geography has got over this, you will actually study in detail with respect to a module called perspectives in human geography. So geography has got interaction with all subjects. That is the reason geography is called the mother of all science. And that is why this optional subject has got maximum overlapping with your general studies. In general studies paper 1, now I am talking from the civil service examination perspective. From civil service examination perspective, this paper has got the maximum overlap with general studies. Paper 1 is what? Geography, history, society. So you have overlapping. Geography is already there. Society, some topics like urbanization, globalization, then population, etc. You have got overlapping there. So paper 1 you have around 120, 130 marks questions directly from geography out of 250. Paper 2, what is paper 2? Polity, social justice, international relations, governance. International relations, to understand international relations, you should have a basic understanding regarding the geography. You have overlapping there. Paper 3, you have huge overlapping. Paper 3 is what? Economic development, internal security, environment, disaster management. Disaster management you will study it in geography optional. Environment you will study it in geography optional, environmental geography. Understanding it. Economic development. Have you gone through the syllabus of economic development of GS? Agriculture, industries, resources, transport, communication, etc. Everything you have it in geography optional. Agricultural geography is there, industrial geography is there, transport, communication, trade is there, resource geography is there. So much of overlapping with paper 3. And in essay, you'll get any of these topics from environment or anything. So what I'm trying to say is, you're actually preparing for optional subjects 500 marks, automatically 400 marks in GS is automatically done. You will never know. So that much advantage you have it in general studies. And always, like geography optional students will have an edge over, you see the marks of GS1 and GS3, you can see that In GS1 and GS3, geography optional students used to get high marks, especially in paper 1 and paper 3, GS1 and GS3. This is the advantage you have. Understanding it. So it is basically, I told you, if I talk about geography, geography is nothing but it is a study of humans, a study of people through space and time. It is a study of physical landscape and cultural landscape. Physical landscape, it is a study of mountains. What do you mean by physical landscape? Physical features. Physical features like what? Mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, glaciers. All these are physical features. You are studying about physical features. Physical features on land you are studying. Physical features over water also you are studying. Understanding it? Apart from that, plus cultural landscape. That means you are actually studying about the relationship between man and environment. Relationship between man and environment. Man started occupying the environment, the physical landscape. Man is actually the agent who modifies the physical land, who is actually fashioning the physical landscape. Understanding it? Man is the agent who is fashioning, keep on like changing the physical landscape. And the resultant landscape is called what? Cultural landscape. Man started agricultural activities. Man started exploring, extracting resources. Understanding it? So this physical landscape study, that is a physical geography. Cultural landscape study, it is a human geography. So you have two important core themes, core branches in geography. One is physical geography, another is human geography. Physical geography is nothing but you are studying about land, you are studying about oceans, plus you have other phenomena related to climate, environment, etc. And the cultural landscape, that means you are actually studying about the human geography. How man as an agent fashioned the physical landscape. The interaction between man and environment. I told you, man started agricultural activity, that's agricultural geography. Extracting resources, it is resource geography. Transport, communication and trade, that is a separate module. Industrial geography. Population, settlement geography. Man started having settlement geography. Understanding it? So paper 1 is physical and human with respect to world. Paper 2 is physical and human with respect to India. This is the whole syllabus. This much is clear? Any questions, any doubts? Any questions, any doubts? Okay. Now, it is basically the entire classes will be taken by me and I, sir. So all the core themes in geography like geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, that will be taken by me. Plus in human geography, we have a module called perspectives in human geography. That is one of the most important module. So that will be taken by me. Then resource geography also I'll be taking. Okay. Then Indian part, like Indian physical part, then Indian agricultural part, that will be taken by sir. Plus in paper 1 environment part will be taken by sir. Okay, that is how we divide the syllabus. So I'll be actually starting with the first module. It is physical geography of world, paper 1. I'll be starting with oceanography. Okay. Now what I'll be doing is oceanography. It is basically what I'll be doing is you have a syllabus for oceanography, but I'll be giving you a study plan because you cannot actually completely stick with the syllabus. Sometimes UPSC actually goes beyond the syllabus. Plus syllabus don't have any current affairs part in it, included in it. So I'll be actually giving you a study plan before my before starting of any module. Okay, you can actually stick to that study plan. That is one thing which I want to tell you. Now second thing is I'll be actually giving you like taking the classes, you have to write lecture notes. Apart from that, I'll be dictating the notes for all the topics. Okay, for all the topics from beginning to end, you will have class written notes. That dictating will be done by me in the class itself, but you have to write lecture notes also. Okay, because that would be easy for you once you actually revise. Apart from that, we will be actually giving you value added material. Okay, this value added material, that will be printed material in form of 4 different books. So that hard copy will be given to you. So you have to can actually follow that particular material. That material is actually in the question answer format. Getting it? So you have 4 different textbooks. Okay. So this material has actually included some PYQs, some other questions. So this we have actually taken the different references or the different references from various books of geography, and that is how this material has been prepared. So that actually give you is in the question answer format, so you'll be actually getting an idea regarding how to write a geography answer. It's actually like a model answer. So what you can actually do is once you study a particular topic, you can go through that material, take that question, you can write your answer, and you can actually compare your answer with the model answer. And also this material can be used to enrich your content as well. Okay. Apart from that, you don't have to do anything else. Okay. You can completely rely on our class notes plus value addition material plus test would be conducted after each module. You have to attend the test. Answer keys will be provided, and also your evaluated answer, that definitely that will be there. Apart from that, answer keys will be provided, so you can actually go through the answer keys. Understanding it? And how many of you are anyone outside iLearn? Okay. So what you can actually do is, I don't know, like whether you have NCERT with you, geography NCERTs. Okay, you have to buy, see, optional books, optional preparation, you cannot actually do it with a single source. You should actually go through multiple sources. But you can't actually buy all these books. You don't have to buy it also, because we are actually providing a material which is a compilation of all these. We have taken the references material from all these books. But certain books you should buy. One is like you should have NCERTs. The 11th and 12th NCERT. I think iLearn PCM students already, you got it as a part of your welcome kit. You didn't get it, so you will get it. Okay, that for iLearn PCM student, that will be actually provided from the institutes. Others, you have to buy it. Okay, +1, +2 NCERT, 4 NCERT is a must. Apart from that, for Indian geography, you need to buy a book that sir will tell you. Okay, you have like different books for Indian geography. One is Majid Hussain, one is Kuller. So any of these fundamental books you should have. One book you should have. Okay. Apart from this, you don't have to. Then also in perspectives, once I start teaching you the perspectives of human geography, perspectives, I want you to get a book on perspectives. That I'll tell you which book you have to buy. Apart from this, you don't have to buy anything. You can completely rely on the our class notes as well as the value added material plus the test answer key. Okay. So now, as of now, what you have to do is you have to get, first and foremost thing is, most important thing is get the NCERTs. That 4 NCERT, +1, +2 NCERT, 4 NCERT that you should have a copy with you. That is important for your GS, definitely, okay, as well as for your optional. Other textbooks, 2 books you have to buy. One is Perspectives in Human Geography and one Indian Geography textbooks. Not now, we will tell you, okay, when to buy that book. Right. Then if you need any like books for the reference, you can actually tell us. We have got all the books with us. If you want any books, you can actually get it from us. Go through it and you can return it back. Okay. Right. Any questions? Any questions?
Sir, sir, when would the test be conducted? Would it be during the weekend?
No, that will be, it will be actually sometimes like during the weekdays. Sometimes you won't have, one day you won't have class and you have to, that will be a class test. After it depends on the completion of the module. Okay, you can write it in online or in offline, both.
Okay, yeah.
Online you can actually write it and upload in the portal, or offline you can come here and you can write it. That schedule will be given.
Okay, yeah.
Any more questions? Okay, so I'll start with the module Oceanography. Bathymetry, bottom topography of Atlantic, Pacific, Indian and Arctic. Your syllabus only talks about Atlantic, Indian and Pacific, but it's always better to understand the bottom topography of Arctic as well. Two important properties of ocean water is temperature and salinity. So you need to understand factors affecting temperature, factors affecting salinity, and distribution of temperature and salinity. How temperature varies according to latitude, horizontally, vertically, regionally, and how salinity varies. Then we'll talk about the movement. You have one is current and two is tides. Done. Next you need to understand ocean resources. Next, sediments. Applied part and current affairs. Sea level change. Ocean pollution. Ocean ranching. Deep sea mining. Ocean and politics. First ocean assessment report. IPCC report on ocean and cryosphere. UNESCO State of Ocean Report. Law of Sea. Okay. Now, apart from this, you can see a topic called coral and coral bleaching in oceanography syllabus. That will be dealt in as a part of your environment biogeography. Okay, not in oceanography. That will be taught in environment biogeography. So this is actually the study plan with respect to oceanography. Bathymetry. Bathymetry means, see, if you look around you, the important physical features you see are mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, deltas, etc. That's on the land. Likewise, you can actually, if you look into oceans, you can see so many features. For example, one familiar feature you actually see, is trenches, Mariana Trench. You might have heard about it. So likewise, you have ridges, you have many other features which you can see in ocean. That is bathymetry. Now you need to understand specific study of these features with respect to Atlantic, Indian, Pacific and Arctic Ocean. That is called the bottom topography of Atlantic, Pacific and Indian. Then two important properties of ocean water is, one is temperature and other is salinity. So you need to understand what is temperature, what is salinity, and what are the factors affecting temperature and salinity of ocean water, plus the distribution, how salinity varies, how temperature varies. You can talk about horizontal distribution, vertical distribution, latitudinal distribution. Also you can talk about the regional distribution. Okay. Then movement of ocean water, that actually gives us the understanding of ocean current and tides. This is important, ocean currents and tides. This is very important. Ocean current is very important. It's for GS also. Questions has been repeatedly asked from ocean currents. Ocean currents, you need to understand the genesis of ocean currents and also the currents of Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Ocean. Apart from this, ocean resources, you know that land resources are depleting, and that is the reasons we are forced into look into oceans for more and more resources. Ocean provides biotic resources, energy resources, mineral resources, etc. So we need to understand which are the important resources that can be harnessed from oceans and what are the challenges involved in it. Now sediments, different types of sediments which you actually see in different parts of ocean. Now applied part and current affairs, it's like sea level change. What are the causes and consequences of sea level change? Ocean pollution is an important topic. Ocean ranching, deep sea mining, ocean and politics. Okay. Then you have various reports coming up. What is first? Ocean assessment report is there. IPCC report, special report on ocean and cryosphere is there. UNESCO State of Ocean report. This is the latest report which has been launched, released. And you have Law of Sea, United Nations Law of Sea. You might have actually heard about the case, Italian marine case, and that has been actually what it actually depends on what these cases are actually depend on Law of Sea, UN clause. Okay, you will actually study that as well. So this is the whole study plan with respect to oceanography. Done? Okay. Right. Now we can't straight away start with oceanography. We have to actually, we should have some basic understanding regarding geomorphology. Geomorphology means we are actually talking about the features on land and features on land. So then only we'll be having like we'll be starting with the syllabus oceanography, because many of you have actually, I think only 2 people are there with geography background. Others are like you have studied geography till your 10th standard, right? Yeah. Okay. Now my first question is, okay, another thing is before that, another thing is like you don't have to do any pre-reads in any of the class. That means before coming to the class you don't have to read anything, but post-reads are very important. Getting it? After the class, once you have done with the class, you have to go through the class notes, plus you have to read. You can actually start reading with the chapters of NCERT. Okay, so that is actually very important. Right. Now my first question is, why an IAS officer or an IPS officer or a civil servant should study geography? Tell me. Why an IAS officer should study physical geography or human geography, whatever it is? Paradu? Anyone? Idea about the field and the people. Okay. To know the boundaries. Okay. Natural disasters, flood, drought, etc. Okay, right? And your optional is geography. You actually go for the personality test or interview, UPSC interview. The first question they will ask you is like, why you have taken geography as an optional subject, or why an IAS officer or a civil servant should study geography. See, as a civil servant, what you are doing, you are actually managing the resources of India on behalf of people of India. Yes or no? As a civil servant, you will be managing the resources of India on behalf of people of India. Getting it? Geography is all about what? Resource management. Understanding it? Yes or no? Yes. Suppose you are actually heading paramilitary forces. How will you understand India's vulnerability if you don't understand India's physical geography? Suppose you are heading Ministry of Urban Development. You need to understand land degradation. You need to have the knowledge regarding soil to formulate various policies. Yes or no? Suppose you are heading, as an IAS officer, you are heading Agriculture Department. You need to have an understanding regarding what? Regarding geography. So if somebody asks you why a civil servant study geography, means as a civil servant, your answer should be, as a civil servant, you will be managing the resources of India on behalf of people of India. So for efficient resource management, you need to have a thorough understanding regarding physical as well as human geography. And you can give some examples. As an IPS officer, as an IFS officer, as a department secretary of agriculture or urban development ministry, etc., etc. Understanding it? Okay. Now, second thing is, You take a flight from Kolkata to Kansas, US. What you will actually see below, if you're actually looking, you got a window seat, you're actually looking from like through the window to below. In the whole journey from West Bengal, Kolkata to US, what you will see? In the beginning, you will be actually seeing the urban settlement of Kolkata. Yes or no? Yes. Then you will see some deserts of Middle East. Yes or no? Yes. Then you will actually go through, then you will actually see some forest, some coniferous forest of Russia. Then you descend to the woodland of Kansas, US. So that means in the beautiful journey of continents and countries, you are actually navigating through different landscape. Yes or no? So what do you mean by landscape? Landscape is nothing but the visible feature of a area of land. The visible feature of the land is called a landscape. In the Middle East, you see what? You see desert. In Russia, you see some forest, some mountains. So my first question is, be it desert of Middle East, or be it mountains of Russia, or be it anything like forest, etc. How is that particular landscape is formed? How is that particular landscape is formed? That is a fundamental question. Now, if I talk about the formation of this particular landscape, landscape is nothing but that visible area of that particular land. Before getting into the formation of that particular landscape, I can definitely say that, one more thing I can definitely say that, Kolkata today you are actually seeing the urban settlements in Kolkata. But Kolkata that you see today was not like this 100 years ago. Yes or no? Yes? Think about Dubai. 50 years ago, Dubai was a desert land with so many sand dunes. But now they have actually created artificial islands in Dubai. Understanding it? And also the reverse also happened. Reverse also happened in the sense there are certain areas, certain regions, for example Africa, where you had civilizations before and now has become desert. For example, Sahel region of Africa, SAHEL. Sahel region of Africa, it is actually well known example for desertification. Desertification means formation of deserts. Civilizations has been there before, now it has become deserts. Understanding it? So what I am trying to convey is, these landscapes are constantly changing. Delhi you see today is not like this 100 years ago, or Kolkata you see today is not like this 100 years ago. Any landscape, it is constantly changing. Yes or no? Yes? Now the question is, how is it that possible? How is it a particular landscape is formed, and what is actually constantly changing this particular landscape? From geographical perspective, it is because of two important forces. Understanding it? It is because of two important forces. One is called endogenic force and other is called exogenic force. Endogenic force and exogenic force. So landscape, if I talk about landscape, which is the visible feature of an area of a land, this landscape is actually formed due to what? Due to two important forces, endogenic force and exogenic force. And these landscapes are constantly shaped, or these forces, not landscape, these forces are constantly shaping the landscape. So that means it is not a one-time event. The process is still going on. It is an ongoing process. Understanding it. Delhi you see today, it is not like this 100 years ago. It won't be like this 100 years from now. Understanding it? Yes or no? Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, all the physical features, okay, one more thing is, I want you to bring atlas to the class. Okay, in geography optional, every class you have to bring atlas. For iLearn PCM students, you will be getting atlas from the institute. You got it? No. You will be getting it. And second thing is, others can actually buy Oxford Student Atlas. Okay, you can actually get Oxford Student Atlas. Now if you actually open the atlas, you can see two different maps. One is a political map, other is a physical map. What does this physical map contains? Physical map actually contains different physical features like mountains, plateaus, rivers, valleys, etc. Political map, Indian political map, you can see different states, capitals, etc. So here we are actually talking about physical features. Physical features means if you look around you, you can see so many physical features. That means mountains, plateaus, plains, etc. These are actually physical features. And if you see the map, these physical features actually denoted by using different colors. You have color coding. Okay, mountains are actually shown in brown color. Plateaus are shown in yellowish color. Plains are actually shown in green color. We will actually look into that later. Just for your understanding, I'm just giving a very brief idea. So here we are actually talking about the physical features. All the physical features which you see on land or in ocean, wherever it is. Understanding it, wherever it is. All the physical features you see, it is actually the resultant of two important forces. One is endogenic force, other is exogenic force. So endogenic force and exogenic force is constantly shaping the landscape. It is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing process. This much is clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now, the physical features on land and physical features in oceans. Physical features in oceans you will be actually studying in the module Oceanography. Physical features on land, that is actually done in the module Geomorphology. Understanding it. But you need to have some idea of geomorphology, some very basics understanding regarding endogenic, exogenic forces. Then only we can actually start with the module Oceanography. These endogenic, exogenic forces act in ocean, developing different relief features. Endogenic, exogenic forces act on land, developing different relief features. Now let us try to understand what is this endogenic force and what is this exogenic force. What is endogenic force? Endogenic force means force which originate within the Earth's interior. Force which originate within the Earth's interior. Okay. Can you give me an example? Give me a very simple example. Force which originate within the Earth's interior. Earthquake. Earthquake is an endogenic force. Volcanism. It is an endogenic force. Mountain building force. The force which actually resulted in the formation of Himalayas. It is an endogenic force. Understanding it? So endogenic force means force which originate within the Earth's interior. They are of three types. One is earthquake, two is volcanism, three is mountain building force. Okay, another thing is all the geography optional students, you don't need to attend any GS geography classes. Okay, whatever is required for your GS prelims and mains, that will be completely done as a part of your optional. So you don't have to waste your time. Okay, so you don't have to attend GS geography classes, including the map study will be done as a part of your optional syllabus. Okay, so you can utilize that time for something else. Still, if you want to do it, you can do it, that's up to you. Okay, yeah. So endogenic forces means it is you have earthquake, volcanism and mountain building. So what is endogenic force? Force which originate within the Earth's interior is called endogenic force. So this force originate within the Earth's interior. What they will do? Suppose this is Earth's interior. This Earth's interior. This force will actually originate in the Earth's interior. Then it will come to the surface. Yes or no? It will come to the surface. What it will do? It will make some changes on the Earth's surface. Understanding it? It will make some variations on the Earth's surface. It will make some variations on the Earth's surface. Getting it? For example, earthquake. Earthquake can destroy, make some destructions, destroy many buildings or whatever it is. Earthquake can actually convert a flat area into a twisted area. Yes or no? So what I am trying to say is, endogenic force means force which originate within the Earth's interior. They will actually come out to the surface. They will develop some variations on the Earth's surface. They will make some modifications. They will make some changes on the Earth's surface. That is the reason endogenic forces are called variability developers. Endogenic forces are called variability developers. Understanding it? So endogenic forces are called variability developers. They make some changes on the Earth's surface, variations on the surface. So endogenic forces are of three: earthquake, volcanism, mountain building. Mountain building. You talk about like what? Himalayas. You talk about Rockies. Where is Rockies? US. Rockies, you have like Yellowstone National Park. Then, if I talk about the islands of Sumatra and Java, you have various islands over there, volcanic islands over there. If I talk about a country called Japan, Japan witness endogenic miracles on daily basis. Yes or no? Yes. Japan is a country, New Zealand is a country which actually witness endogenic miracles on daily basis. Why and all we'll discuss it later. That all things we will actually study in detail in geomorphology. So we are not dealing with geomorphology right now. We are dealing with oceanography, so I'm not getting into that. Those part. So for the time being, you understand endogenic forces are variability developers. They have their origin within the Earth's interior. They will come out to the surface. They will actually develop some variations on the Earth's surface. And we have three endogenic forces: earthquake, volcanism and mountain building force. As much is clear? Yes or no? Yes. Now
Sir,
talking.
one
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
Sir, like പറഞ്ഞാല് ഈ മൂന്നിലും it's just the movement of earthന്റെ plates, right? So that means only one basic fundamental force is there for all three, right?
Tectonic, second, what do you asked?
Like all the three forces here mentioned are because of the movement of the tectonic plates. That means there is only one fundamental force that is causing all of these, right? Apo,
Hmm.
ഈ
Okay.
three of them are not different kind of.
Yeah,
മറ്റേത്
3 are
ആ ഒരു
actually, I'll tell you. Okay. See, first and foremost thing is this is actually a very introductory class, so I wouldn't want to actually introduce to plate, the name called tectonic or plates. Okay, so plate is actually, you'll actually study about, you need to understand the difference between crust and plate, and you'll actually study it in a theory which is called a plate tectonic theory. In geomorphology, in 1912, Alfred Wegener come up with a theory which is called the continent drift theory. After that, in 1930, Arthur Holmes come up with what is called the convection current theory. And after that, after the convection current theory, we have something called the sea floor spreading theory, which has been given by Harry Hess. And that actually gives rise to what is called as plate tectonic theory. So what I'm trying to say is, there has been an evolution with respect to various theories in geomorphology that actually explains the process of formation of these endogenic force, earthquake, volcanism and mountain building. Understanding it? So in order to answer this particular question, so my humble request is you have to wait, otherwise I have to actually explain all the complete plate tectonic theory here. Okay, using plate tectonic theory, we'll have a detailed understanding regarding how earthquake is formed, how volcanism is formed, how different mountains are formed on the map of world. Okay, so that is the 50% of your syllabus related to geomorphology.
Okay.
Understand? Getting it? So in geomorphology, after studying geomorphology, you will have a very well understanding regarding, we'll take each of this: earthquake, how they are formed, where they are formed; volcanism, different types, where they are formed, how they are formed, everything. Mountain building also different, all the important types of mountains on the map of world you will actually study with the help of a theory. Okay. So after actually studying the 50% of geomorphology, you will get all, like, you can clear, you will get clarity regarding all this. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Just a curiosity, that is it the same force or is it different?
It's actually like the force is all the simple. The force is all the same. It is all the endogenic force.
Okay.
Understanding it? How it is acting, okay, that is actually different.
Yeah, got it.
Earthquake happens due to, like what? Earthquake is nothing but shaking of earth. So earthquake is happening due to what? Due to actually, what actually happens is, we have a point called focus. Okay, focus is actually the origin point of earthquake. How earthquake is happening? Earthquake is happening because of rupturing of rocks. Rocks are being ruptured. What do you mean by rupturing of rocks? Rupturing of rocks means rocks are being pulled apart, but you are resisting. Understanding it? So due to this particular process which happens within the earth's interior, you have some accumulated energy, and this accumulated energy is actually getting released. So the process is different. Understanding it? Volcanism, if I talk about volcanism, is actually the process in which the molten rock material magma is being ejected. So these are all actually different process which has been happening due to endogenic force. Understanding it? Mountain building is actually happening due to compression or tensional stress between two plates. First you have to know what is plate. Understanding it? So you will get a, so we will actually deal with this, okay, in the module called geomorphology. So the single point of, the focal point is basically, the single point is actually endogenic, but endogenic actually acts in different ways, different process. That is how earthquake, volcanism and mountain building is formed. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, regarding endogenic, so for the time being you understand endogenic force means force which act within the earth's interior. Okay, that is endogenic. These forces will actually come to the surface. They will actually, these forces will come to the surface, and will develop some variations on the Earth's surface. Getting it? Now second is exogenic force. Exogenic force means forces which originate on the surface. Forces which originate on the surface, that is called exogenic force. Forces which originate on the surface. You have 5 different exogenic agents. Exogenic agents. River, glacier, sea waves, underground water, wind. River, glacier, wind, sea waves, underground water. 5 different exogenic agent. Okay. These exogenic agent, what they are actually doing? For example, if I take a river, what river is doing? What river is actually doing with respect to Himalayas? What is the fundamental task of a river? Erode. Erode. Getting it? So I can write erosion. Okay. Now, after eroding, what it will do? Deposit. Okay. So deposition. Right. In between, what is happening? River will erode. This eroded material will be transported to some other point, will get deposited there. Yes or no? So that means erosion, transportation and deposition. This 3 is the fundamental task of any exogenic agent. Any exogenic agent is involved in 3-fold task. 1 is erosion, 2 is transportation, 3 is deposition. Getting it? For example, river Ganga. Gangetic river system originates from Himalayas. It is eroding Himalayas. What it will do? It will carry all the sediments along with it. Getting it? And will get deposited in Gangetic plains. When will the river deposit? When will the river deposit? If I am a river, I will be depositing at a point where I won't be able to carry my sediments along with me. Slope becomes 0. In mountains you have steep slope. River always flows following the gradient. Understanding it? Any exogenic agent or river, if I talk about river always flows following the gradient. So originating from the top of a mountain, river will actually flows along the mountain. So due to the steep slope, I as a river, I'll be carrying all the sediments along with me. But once I reaches the plain, there is no slope. What will happen to my velocity? Becomes 0. My velocity will decrease. Okay, I can't say 0. My velocity will decrease. If my velocity is decreasing, I won't be able to carry my sediments along with me. What I'll do? I'll first actually deposit big sediments. I'll continue traveling. Along with it, I'll be actually carrying whichever deposit I can carry, maybe some small sediments. And on the way, I'll be depositing like various sediments at various locations. Understanding it? If I as river Ganga traveling along Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, you can see big deposits in Uttar Pradesh, very finer deposits in West Bengal. Yes or no? Yes or no? Finally, actually, I'll be actually entering into Bay of Bengal. Hello. Yes or no? So what I'm trying to say is, any exogenic agent, for example, river, or wind, or glacier, sea waves, underground water, you will be actually having a question like how underground active water will act as an exogenic agent. That will be our next doubt. That also you have to wait. We will actually study it in geomorphology. Okay. So any exogenic agent will have actually is involved in threefold task. One is erosion, two is transportation, and three is deposition. Getting it? This is what you will be actually studying in the module called geomorphology. Geomorphology will study about 3 endogenic forces: earthquake, volcanism, mountain building. 5 exogenic agent: river, glacier, wind, sea waves, underground water in detail. This is the syllabus of geomorphology. So what I'm trying to say is, so exogenic agents, what they are actually trying to do, they are trying to level the land. Yes or no? They are trying to level the land. Leveling means, suppose this is a mountain. River is actually eroding. So high land is becoming what? Low land. Yes or no? And these deposits, sediments will be carried and deposited in plains. Getting it? So low land is becoming what? High land. Understanding it? So what exogenic agent is trying to do? Exogenic agent is trying to level the land. So exogenic agent is involved in leveling task. Those are attending online, am I clear? You got it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Leveling task. That is the reason exogenic agents are called levelers. They are called levelers. Understanding it? Exogenic agents are called levelers. Endogenic agents are called variability developers. I'll give you a practical example. You know Himalayas. All of you have heard about Himalayas. I think all of you might have heard about Aravallis also. Which has got greater height, Himalayas or Aravallis?
Himalayas.
Himalayas, definitely Himalayas. Now, we have actually learned that any physical feature on the Earth's surface, is the resultant of the action of endogenic and exogenic force. Shariyalla? Any landscape is the resultant of endogenic and exogenic force. So on any landscape, endogenic and exogenic force will keep on acting at the same time, simultaneously keep on acting. In case of Himalayas, we have 3 endogenic force. Okay. So mountain building force is there. Understanding it? There was actually a plain surface. Mountain building forces acted. Upliftment happened. That is how Himalayas are formed. It actually takes millions of years. 70 million years. Understanding it? Now at the same time you have river systems like Gangetic river system eroding the Himalayas. So what endogenic force is doing? Endogenic force is actually increasing the height of the Himalayas. What exogenic force is doing? Exogenic force is decreasing the height of the Himalayas. Simultaneously this is happening. Yes or no? All of us? On any landscape you see it is actually a resultant of endogenic as well as exogenic forces. Endogenic and exogenic forces. If I talk about Himalaya as a landscape, you have endogenic force acting over there which is increasing the height of Himalayas. Every second it is actually increasing the height of Himalayas. But every second river Ganga or other river system which is originating from Himalayas, it is eroding the Himalayas. But we say that Himalayas are still rising. What does that mean? It means the rate of endogenic is more than the rate of exogenic. Is that clear? The rate of endogenic is more than the rate of exogenic. Understanding it? Yes or no? Yes, that is the reason Himalayas are still rising. You take Aravallis. Aravalli has lost all its height. Seriously, Aravalli has lost all its height. So what is happening there? The rate of exogenic is more than the rate of endogenic. Exogenic means it can be, in the case of Aravallis, it can be a river, it can be wind from the neighboring desert. Understanding it? Rate of exogenic is more than rate of endogenic. That is the reason Aravalli is actually an old mountain. Himalaya is actually a young mountain. All the young mountains of the world, you have endogenic rate is more than exogenic rate. But after some time, what will happen? It becomes equal. At some point, endogenic rate is equal to exogenic rate. Then what about the height? Height will remain constant. Moving forward, what will happen? Exogenic rate will be more compared to endogenic. Then what will happen to the height of the mountain? Start decreasing. Got it? Yes or no? Is that clear? This is what is happening with respect to any physical feature, landscape over land. I'm taking about a Himalaya. Now I'm actually applying it to the entire world. You take a city. Delhi you see today. It is not like this 100 years ago. It won't be like this 100 years from now. So my fundamental point is, you have two forces, endogenic and exogenic. They are constantly what? Constantly shaping the landscape. It is not a one, or I can say that it is not a one-time event, it is a ongoing process. That is how the different landscapes are formed and different landscapes are evolving on the Earth's surface. This much is clear? Yes or no? Any questions?
Sir, one question. Sir, when it comes to the levelers, all of these are involved with some sort of motion of these, no? Like river wave, water would flow, sea waves, waves would be moving. But glacier, would they actually move? And if they move, it's actually river, no?
Glaciers?
Glaciers as such, do they move?
To be more.
Do they move? Movement of glaciers.
Glaciers, if I talk about glaciers, glaciers are actually moving mass of ice and snow. That is actually glaciers.
Okay. Okay.
Moving mass of ice and snow, that is called glacier. You have different types of glaciers. You have alpine glaciers, you have continental glaciers, you have different types of glaciers. You have. Any other question? Okay. Now I want you to write a question. You need to attempt this question for tomorrow. Right on. First question. It is the geography of a country. It is the geography of a country that determines the fate of a country. Okay. One more thing. Which is the most powerful country of the world? Most powerful country of the world. United States. Okay. So my question is, I don't. It is a geography of the United States. It is a geography of the United States that makes it the most powerful country of the world. Discuss. It is a geography. What is the first question? It is a geography of country that determines the fate of a country. Discuss. Second is, it is a geography of United States that makes it the most powerful country. Discuss. Okay. You don't have to write any answer for this because you don't know. Like I have not given you any answer writing sessions. I want you to think along these lines and come up with some points. Okay. You can think about the conflict which is happening right now. Okay. Israel, Iran, US, in that line also, from the contemporary perspective also. Okay, how geography determines fate of a country, and also it is the geography of United States that actually makes it the most powerful. So I want you to don't write answers, just come up with certain points, like you have to brainstorm it and come up with certain points. We'll actually start our tomorrow's class with this discussion, and then we'll start with the oceanography, right? Okay. Any questions? See, one thing I can promise you is, like, whether you clear civil services or not, that's a different question. Okay, that actually depends on various factors. It's not only the optional marks, it's like your GS, essay, your interview, everything. Okay. But learning geography as an optional, this will be one of the best learning experience in your life. Okay, that I can actually guarantee. Okay. Because you will be actually, your perspective regarding world, your perspectives regarding India, you will be actually studying everything about world and India here. Okay. Now you will actually understand this difference. You'll actually feel it like once you travel, once you see this geological process in different parts of the world, different parts of India, that actually gives you a different experience altogether. Okay, that you won't understand it right now. Once you get into the service, once you start traveling over India, like traveling over the world, then you are actually witnessing what you have actually learned. That is actually that will actually take you a different level. Okay, so this would be actually one of the best learning experience that I can guarantee. Okay. Yeah, but your ultimate target is getting into civil service, so that should be always there. Right. So anything else? Any questions? So tomorrow we'll carry forward, like we'll actually talk about it from where we start with the discussion with respect to these two topics, talking about geography deciding the fate of the country, or geography actually geography of United States that actually helped US to become the superpower. Then slowly from there we'll actually start with the first module, that is oceanography. Is that clear? So we'll stop here. I'll meet you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.